October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and we are always looking for ways to keep our homes and our families safe. Zahid Anwar is a Chally Professor of Cybersecurity at NDSU, and he joins us today. So welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
So glad you could be here in person. So cybersecurity, big topic. Scary topic for some because it's things we don't know. But how often do cybersecurity threats happen?
Well, we are seeing with the pandemic and with the move to remote working, increased use of technology, and cyber attacks are increasing at a very massive rate. The FBI has reported 70% increase in 2020 over the previous year.
Wow.
Yeah, $4 billion in monetary damages, so it's pretty bad.
So how worried should we be about our own information?
I would say complete negligence or being overly worried. Both of these are unhealthy. These extremes occur because of a misunderstanding of this cyberspace and your safety. It's important for everyone to have a basic knowledge of cybersecurity so as to be able to make informed decisions about one's personal security. But bottom line is that we have a data breach almost every week. Many Americans have experienced data theft, and so it's something to be aware about.
Yeah, I even this past week had my business credit card, my email address. I'm like, oh my, you know, that's scary to think of what else can happen with those things. So what are some key things to remember to keep our information safe online?
Well, as a cybersecurity analyst, I would recommend doing a very basic risk assessment.
Okay.
So think about your online data and how important it is for the attackers. Attackers typically go after your banking information, your social security numbers, your emails, your credentials. And e-commerce websites don't typically require you to enter your or store your credit card information. They will store your payment history perhaps, but you should ask yourself, did I authorize them to keep it on file?
Sure.
And passwords are like the lock on your door. So
I can't even remember some of mine sometimes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So it's important to, instead of using small passwords and recycling them over and over again, to have longer passphrases and have them be unique. And if you have trouble remembering those, then I would suggest using a password manager software.
Oh. Yeah, very good. I think that is something that I need too. Sometimes, how safe is it to store your passwords in, like your phone?
So your phones are vulnerable,
okay.
And if you've installed something malicious on there, then they can be stolen, and that's why it's important to use password manager softwares. They tell you, which passwords are good, which ones are bad,
right,
and then they plug them in for you.
Okay.
And even if your passwords get stolen,
yeah. So what happens if my information gets compromised?
Well, if your information gets compromised, then what do you do when your house gets burglarized, right? Think about that.
Right.
So report it as soon as possible, because the attackers are going to launder your money away at their earliest convenience. So it's important to report it to the bank so that they can block your accounts, change your credit cards. Report it to the FBI, the Crime Complaint Center, and then change the password so that someone else can get in.
Okay, so that, I didn't even know about reporting it. So, my, or credit cards, they'll catch some of those things, but then some of these other things, like I need to go in and do that and report that. Very important. So, such good information that we can feel confident in our protection of our information. Again, a couple things that people can do, you gave us.
Passwords, keep them long, complex, use passphrases instead of passwords.
Okay.
Some other things to keep in mind is phishing. Phishing is like It's an online scam which attackers that are impersonating a legitimate business do. It's like the big bad wolf right, at your door, and
Right.
It's up to you to be able to spot that its grandma has bigger teeth than usual.
Right.
And some other important things are to update your software as soon as updates are available. Keep backups of your data in 2 places, and just close accounts that you don't use all that often.
Right. That's good. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Zahid, for being here. Appreciate all the information. Coming up on today's show, if you're breaking out the winter gear, you can donate what you don't need to help veterans. We'll explain next.